Recently, Parlo came back and the entire drama has only been escalating. We're gonna get right into it. There's a whole lot to cover in this video. Now, if you haven't been following the whole drama over the past few months, let me explain real quick in a simplified way. A couple months ago, Parlo's YouTube channel was locked down because he was getting strike after strike. He also had to deal with a false arrest in real life. He proceeded to publicly make a video saying that he was struggling with rent and food. And considering the strikes as well as the arrest, that's very believable. His main source of income, which is YouTube, now being compromised, and now having a whole legal battle. Surely he's not lying when he says he's desperate and struggling, right? In the video where he mentioned he was going to take a long break and that he needed help with necessities, he promoted a GoFundMe specifically for this cause. What ended up getting exposed was crazy though. Literally the same week the GoFundMe had launched, Parlo seen making massive purchases like £1,000, £500. Basically, pounds is the money in the UK, the currency. Those aren't purchases from somebody who's struggling and starving. Those are purchases made from somebody who's financially comfortable, especially when you consider what the purchases were made on. A couple purchases made leading up to £1,400 has a very dark rabbit hole, because all that money was spent to fly out a YouTuber named Internet Adjacent for gay sex. Yes, you heard that right, $1,400 for gay sex. The drama takes a very interesting turn here because after their meetup, Parlo went public about allegations that Internet Adjacent had SA'd him. He had made a Google Doc that reached the eyes of many people. Within the Google document, Parlo went in great detail about his sex life. For an example, he literally described his purple glittery he called this wand Cinderella. It was very alarming because, you know, you're spreading this to a Roblox audience. Now, about the SA with Internet Adjacent and Parlo, Internet Adjacent himself has been exposed multiple times for very degenerate and disgusting behavior. So I'm in no way defending Internet Adjacent, okay? Now, back to the whole GoFundMe situation. Back a few months ago when the GoFundMe was first made, Roblox YouTuber Guamgo, who was Parlo's best friend, was under the pretense that Parlo was genuinely struggling. So he did what any best friend does. He came up with ways to help him, to get him back on his feet. Guamgo had hired Parlo to help work on his videos, but it took a few months after the GoFundMe for everything to be exposed. So Parlo not only maliciously used his fans, the people that look up to him as a damn hero, but even his own best friend wasn't safe. Someone who made 7 videos defending his name from other allegations in the past, bro. Think about that. Now listen, Parlo's been exposed by many creators. Guamgo, Ducky, Green Lego Cats, Cole, and many more. This is obviously what you call a full-on cancellation. Even Roblox YouTubers like Schlep agreed that it was about time Parlo just gets off the internet. But right now, Parlo doesn't seem to be backing down because this isn't the only video talking about Parlo coming back or returning. I'm not sure when the situation will die down completely. I see this as my last video talking about Parlo. But yeah, let's get to the reason why I made this video in the first place, okay? First, we're gonna look at this fake Parlo channel that's made a My Response video. I just thought it'd be funny to include this and just talk about it because some of the videos made me laugh. But then of course, we gotta get serious in this video. We're gonna talk about a recent argument that Parlo had with Roblox YouTuber Ducky and Parlo literally crashing out on random Guamgo fans in the Guamgo Discord server. This video is gonna be crazy. It's not over, alright? Now let's talk about the fake Parlo channel.
Hello everyone, Parlo here. Ignore my daddy in the background. My daddy deleted my old channel with over 200,000 subscribers, and yeah, it's really rough.
So for the first 12 seconds, obviously I had to get rid of the background music because it's gonna be copyright. But this fake Parlo says, okay, so my daddy is in the background, you know, he got rid of my YouTube channel. Things are very rough for me. And I don't know if you can hear it. I hope you can hear it after I remove the whole background music. But this man's dad is just crashing out. Whoever made this channel actually has humor because it's an absurd scene that you can actually imagine. You literally have Parlo sitting down on his gaming chair speaking, hey guys, welcome back to another Parlo video, while his damn dad is just in the background crashing the hell out, yelling over every little thing he hates about his son. Okay, now we're gonna keep explaining.
This is my new channel, and I just want to say thank you for being here and supporting me through this difficult time. I really appreciate every single one of you. Goodbye.
Okay, so this obviously fake Parlo says, oh, you know, this is my new channel. I really thank you guys for your support. It's just back to this imaginary scene that I'm playing out in my mind. This fake Parlo genuinely doesn't give a damn what his dad is saying in the background. He don't even care about the allegations. All he cares about is all the non-existent fans who realized how messed up of a person he is. It's fascinating. It's delusion at its finest.
Also, f*** you, Guamgo.
I'll give you right off to you. You have nothing for you to do. You see there. Tell me.
In the end, Parlo's like, F you, Guamgo. You know, he's mad that Guamgo had exposed him. with that massive video that hit 1 million views. Parlo's dad has had enough. He's like, look at me when I'm talking to you. Then he breaks something in the background. You know, that adds like an emphasis on the anger he's feeling. This video is a work of art, okay? I gotta say that. All right, you guys, I want to go through some of these comments under this video, okay? So, the first one we can read. Parlo's actually a good person, and while you guys are just bullying a 20-year-old boy, I guess he's a good person, you know, for scamming the people that believed he was a hero in the Roblox community. I guess. I'm not gonna judge this dude for this comment. It's just like, come on, he's just oblivious. So yeah, don't get mad at people saying that. My favorite YouTuber, no. You gotta expect those, okay? Next comment, someone says, no one falling for TS. Someone replies saying, I mean, many people are. I don't know why though. Yeah, in a couple of the other videos under this channel, a lot of people are falling for it. You'll literally see comments of people saying like, it's okay, Parlo, I forgive you. Welcome back to the community, Parlo, and stuff like that. Even though it's literally obviously fake. So next comment says, fake Parlo. Parlo Gaming is the real one. Yes, Parlo Gaming is Parlo's second channel. That is basically his main channel right now due to the fact that his 600k channel got terminated, obviously. Another comment says, bro, you are a good human. Is he supposed to be alien? Another comment says, what in the rage bait? This isn't funny. Find something way more productive to do other than this filth. Air wasting loser. Really harsh, you know, for no reason. Someone replies saying, what in the joy bait? This is funny. Find something less productive to do other than this gold. Air saving winner. I agree with that comment. And then the other two are like, yeah, it is funny. You're just falling for it and stuff like that. The next comment just says, we do not care. The next comment says, even though, doesn't give you an excuse to be rude to people and demand attention. And somebody replies, pointing out the obvious. The next comment, I know who this is. It's somebody I know named BHB. He says, God bless you, Parlo. Just a simple comment. The next comment is a guy that points out the obvious. The next comment is somebody saying, thank you, Parlo, for the apology. This video wasn't even an apology. The fake Parlo literally said, F you, Guamgo, in the video. He's mad. He's not apologizing. And then they had an argument over I don't even know what in the replies. The next comment, this guy says, absolute cinema. I agree. It's a work of art, you know? Very creative. Very thoughtful. The next comment says 10 out of 10 video. Yup, that's a fact. The next comment says the plan always goes perfect in your head, but when you actually do it, it fails. Someone replies saying, what is little Timmy yapping about? He or she says, what do you mean? This is clearly not the real Parlo. Yeah, that is facts. I don't think they intended for people to believe they were the real Parlo. They made it very, very clear that it's not Parlo. The next comment says, I can't stop laughing because of what you said in the beginning. People found other aspects of the video funny. I personally found the whole idea of this dude just calmly recording a commentary video for his audience and his dad just crashing out in the background. You know, I just found that very funny. The next one, this guy says, yeah, I almost got folded. He would never play Sonic Frontiers music of the boss called at the end. Yeah, that was the background music of this video. The next comment says, this is why the sun needs to explode already. The next comment says, we all know TS is the UTTP. I don't know why people keep saying this channel is the UTTP. I've seen that a lot in the other videos. The next comment, Epic M1 says, welcome back, Parlo. A fellow commentary YouTuber giving Parlo a warm welcome. Someone under that says, I hope you're being sarcastic. Epic M1 says, dude, what do you mean? It's clearly the real Parlo. And then someone below that points out the obvious. So yeah, it's fascinating to see how different people react to this video. Now let's talk about the Ducky and Parlo confrontation. It's time to get serious now. Let's do it. On the 3rd of December at 12 AM, someone named Nickname Reset in Grambo's Discord server had said, no, apparently the victim said she's 12 in her post, and we're not sure at this point. There's zero proof proving her age, not to mention how Parlo was planning to meet her without any proof. Yeah, I don't know what this dude's talking about. I'm not gonna lie to you. Parlo responds saying, just making S up, LMAO. What a sad life you must live. Okay, Parlo, you can't be talking about his life. H4NNI says, hey, how's Cinderella? Comcom says, such a ass up and subscribe to my new channel. Nordicu says, how's Cinderella? Nickname Reset responds to Parlo saying, you've shown predatory behavior. Nice pred catching, bro. Parlo says, it's great. When our response video out soon. Someone named Tyler Family says, even if you make a response video, it's still never gonna save you from the humiliation. Parlo says, I'll take it on the chin and move on with important context. Now here's where things get interesting, okay? Ducky comes in the chat and says, just quit and move on, bro. Do game development like you said. instead of trying to fearmonger me. What he was talking about when he said fearmonger me was Parlo was in Ducky's DMs talking a whole bunch of nonsense. He was basically giving off that vibe of like, oh, you commentary YouTubers are gonna regret this. You all will feel what I'm feeling soon, one day. No, Parlo. Not every commentary YouTuber is a damn scammer. Every commentary YouTuber is not the damn same. Anyways, Parlo responds to Ducky saying, stop victimizing yourself. You're very evidently not a victim. Ducky then says, you're being that in my DMs acting like there isn't a reason why you get all this hate. And there's what I'm talking about with Parlo. You can read that if you want to. He's talking about like, oh, the whole community hates me now? Watch. You're next up. And then he says it's not a threat. Parlo responds saying, dude, you were going over how Guamgo lied about you, but you're too scared to mention anything because you're a clout-obsessed opportunist who jumped shipped and attacked me. You'll never say anything about it, Guamgo though. He's referring to a drama that Ducky and Guamgo had previously had. I was involved in that drama myself, and I'm here to say that whole thing is resolved. But anything that happened within that drama was never on the scale of what you did, Parlo. So you can't just deflect and compare situations. That ain't fair at all. Anyways, Ducky responds saying, me and Guamgo are friends now. I don't know why you're trying to start S, because you got S on by him. Just move on. It's sad, honestly. Parlo then says, you're absolutely terrified of Guamgo's influence and you're scared of being criticized again. You know exactly what you did and you're still salty about the situation. You dogpiled me, spinning yourself as a victim when people in private know you aren't one. You cannot be trusted with information and you leak DMs near consistently. He's referring to the old drama again. Ducky says, LOL, I've only ever leaked your DMs, stay mad. Parlo says, LMAO, you're acting like a child. Ducky responds to the thing about Parlo saying that, oh, you're scared of Guamgo. Ducky says, you're a effing weirdo, acting like you did nothing wrong and that you didn't deserve to get cancelled. You did this to yourself and now you're trying to attack other creators and bring them down with you, but I'm afraid that won't happen. Go do something productive and get a job. Parlo then says, let's get in VC, Ducky. Ducky says, I gotta make videos unlike you who sits around all day acting like won't say that. Then Parlo says, you literally backstabbed Webby and your close friends, leaked information about Dupe's situation behind everyone's back, and threw your friend under the bus because you're a pathetic loser. Obviously that's all a separate drama. Ducky explains his side of the situation in his video, so I suggest you check that out if you want more context after you finish this video. But now anyways, Ducky says, on God, he's literally fear-mongering to take others down with him because he's so pathetic and sad he can't accept what he did. Parlo says, none of that is true and you're a habitual liar. One thing I always wanted to include was something that Parlo had DM'd Ducky. He says, if you think it stops me, then I fear you don't know much about this community. I know it like the palm of my hand, yet this was unexpected. The chopping block will continue. Ducky says, what are you even saying? Next day, Parlo says that if you think me being cancelled stopped anything, then that's not true. You know that when the situation dies down, people will move on to the next person, and Roblox commentary individuals are easy to pick off because many people are already alienated from them. Just a whole bunch of garbage, you know? Get a load of this guy. Now, two things I'm gonna go over from after the whole Parlo and Ducky talk. There's a person named I Hate the Train 444 who says using someone's addiction against them is weird. What the is wrong with you? Parlo responds saying, are you stupid? He lied about it and slandered me. He admitted to his friend, proving that he I don't know how to say that word, with no evidence. In the next one, someone says, lies, lies, and lies. When did Ducky lie? Parlo says, he said I fear-mongered him. He misaligned, I'm just say that. Me as that word to gaslight everyone into not listening to me and devaluing my mental health. He lied about the drug situation and admitted to leaking personal details of mine. The personal details being the whole Dupe situation, by the way. That's a whole separate drama. Now listen, let's say Ducky has addictions of his own in real life. Does that really have anything to do with YouTube drama? Because at this point, it seems like you're just doing anything to discredit him because you can't handle all the shade that's being thrown at you. So you're looking to shed light on somebody else. I mean, you said it clearly in Ducky's DMs. You're clearly not taking all the shade being thrown at you seriously. You're trying to take advantage of this theory you have that people are gonna jump ship. I generally believe you betrayed the trust of so much people, dude. I mean, like, I'm still just, dude, scamming your own damn fans, bro. Listen, Parlo, I believe you should take the advice that was given to you a billion times and just at least for the sake of everything and yourself, take a long break from the internet, dude. I know you've talked about redemption a lot, you know, I know you've mentioned that you've refunded everybody who spent money on the GoFundMe. I understand stuff like that, but like, it doesn't just erase the magnitude of what you did, you know? That's not how life works, dude. I'm just saying, you know? Parlo did mention that after the 9th of December, he would be making a response. It is currently the 9th, so I'm not sure if he's gonna drop a response today or if it's gonna come out in a couple days. Who knows when. He's also talking about like doing a massive expose on Wolfgang, aka Internet Adjacent, regarding the whole essay situation. Internet Adjacent did make a video of his own to, you know, expose Parlo, but it looks like it may be over for Internet Adjacent himself. Not gonna lie, it's not looking good at all. Another thing I noticed too is that 5 days ago, Parlo dropped a video on the UTTP. It's a video he posted like years ago, but it was just a re-upload. I guess that was to like let people know he's not on the UTTP side, because I did see people saying that like, oh, Parlo is closely affiliated with the UTTP. There's so damn much that people talk about with this situation. I only keep up with what I can confirm and what I wholeheartedly know. Everything else is just noise to me. Now listen, I got a couple of videos dropping this week. You know, I'm about to go on vacation, so I'm trying to get these videos pumped out. One of these videos is gonna talk about Guamgo, who got quote unquote exposed by a Roblox YouTuber named Snunt. And Snunt himself, he's done some very messed up things that we're gonna call out, okay, this week. It's not gonna be like a full video, but I was involved in the situation and I have yet to cover it, so it's just at least give some baseline context from my perspective of things, you know. But for the full side of things, join my Discord server, you know. That's how it's gonna be. And it's not just exposals or drama in that Discord server, you know. We have fun together, we do game nights, we talk about life. It's a community in there, it's a family, and we'd be happy to have you. So link in the description, join that up right now. Now, other than that, you know, it's holiday season. Big plans for 2026, man, you know. Subscribe to my friends like 5CLE, Wicked TKO, and everybody else will be in my videos, man. You know what's up. For those who still watch me, for those who still, you know, stick with me, I really appreciate and love y'all. I'm just rambling right now. It's just, you know, tired talk. I'm gonna end this video here. Moral of the story, most of us are still growing as human beings, so please experience life, go outside, be social, spend time with loved ones. Don't let the internet overwhelm you, don't let it overstimulate you, because nowadays everything comes to us like that, you know, really fast. But yeah, with all that being said, I'm out. Goodbye.